What's up, guys? eDrift here, and today we are going to be going over RC drift tires, how you mount them, what do you mount them with, should you mount them with anything. We're going to go over all that in this video. Stay tuned.
Me and my boys have a ride, hit the track, push the gas, seats back, that's eDrift, smoking tires, high horsepower, we hit the spot, swap out some fresh shoes, we on the move, drifting sideways with the boys, that's eDrift.
RC drift tires and wheels, we all need them, we all want them, we all got to have them. And the thing that we all tend to do is we tend to mount them with some kind of either foam or tape or rubber O-ring, whatever we use to keep the wheel from not spinning inside of the tire. Now, I just kind of want to go over some of the options that I have seen and go over the pros and cons of each. We could talk about it in this video, talk about some of the popular mounting options that we see out here from time to time. Then I want to talk to some of the drivers out here tonight and ask them, what are they using to keep their wheels and tires together? Are they using anything? Because I've heard some people that don't even use anything, just the friction fit of the wheel with the tire, and are still able to drift around the track. So it's going to be interesting to get different inputs on this one. Now, obviously, one of the most popular options that I have seen is obviously foam tape. It's got the foam on the one side and it's got tape on the other. Special shout out to Dimitri over to First Aid Hobbies for letting me borrow his foam. I actually left my foam at the house, of course. So you can see here's the wheel wrapped with the new foam, and this gives a good friction fit, good enough for most. The foam's pretty cheap, pretty affordable. And you can get it at various different places. Some of the hobby shops carry it as well, as you can get some on Amazon, some pretty big rolls for good prices. And the foam works really well. The only bad thing about the foam is once you apply it, and if you go to take that wheel back off, the tire back off of the wheel, it tends to kind of distort the foam. And also, I have seen some places that are selling the foam kind of more on the expensive side. So definitely make sure you don't overpay for this stuff, because I have seen like strips of 4 going for like crazy high prices. I'll put links down below to some stuff on Amazon that we're able to get some cheap options for you. All right, another option for wrapping your RC drift wheels and tires, it might not be the most popular option, but it does work, is electrical tape. You can get a nice fat roll of electrical tape like this at the dollar store for about $1 and I don't know, it's changed, $1.25, $1.50. And you can wrap the wheels with this. And the good thing about this is when you wrap it, you can actually adjust how thick you want the friction fit to be with the tape. So you can start out by wrapping it slowly and test your fit. And if you want the fit to be tighter between the wheel and the tire, you just simply wrap more tape. And I found this particularly useful for these wheels right here. These are the wheels that basically have like almost like a fake plastic tire that is the actual size to fit inside of your actual tire to make it look like the wheel is smaller. Now, I found that there's a pretty decent gap in between the this tire and where the actual inside of the wheel is. So you need a thicker foam if you're going to use foam, or if you don't have a thick enough foam, you can just simply wrap it with electrical tape. And we're going to go ahead and weigh everything and put everything on the scale so we can kind of compare the difference in the weights of the three different popular options. But obviously with the tape, you can't reuse it. Once you peel it off, it's pretty much done, kind of like the foam. This is the newest option to me. This is the O-rings here by Scale Reflex. And these are really interesting. I really like the concept of these because they're reusable. You can wrap the band around the wheel, and according to the documentation that I read, you only need 1 ring per wheel. So yeah, and they have them in 2 different thicknesses. They have a thick and a thin ring. So the thicker ring would probably be more ideal for tires like this, where you have a little bit more of a gap that you need to fill to make it tight, versus these here, you might not need just the thin one because they already fit pretty tight as it is. You simply just stretch the O-ring over the wheel, and you have a nice little rubber friction barrier here that's going to seat this in the actual tire. And then obviously the thicker one's going to give you more of a raised lip, but That's what it looks like on the wheel. It's easy to apply. I can see after a while stretching these out, putting them on and off the wheels. I could see these actually at some point probably ripping or tearing and making them obviously not able to be reused. But I would say it probably would take a while before you would take them on and off before you might actually rip or tear one. So yeah, the durability is out on these. I'm not really sure. I haven't been running them. But I'm anxious to see how long they can hold up and how many times we can actually reuse them, because that would actually save a little bit of money in the long run if I'm not having to keep buying foam or using more electrical tape. So.
Also, as a fun little bonus, the O-rings. Do this at your own risk, obviously, but if you put 2 O-rings on each one of your wheels without the tires, you can actually drive it around on the drift track, and it goes really fast. It's super fun, but like I said, do it at your own risk, because you may end up damaging your motor or ESC.
But it is moving.
All right, so when we're talking about the weight of all these, I wanted to compare all of the 3 different options, actually 4 options with the 2 different rings. You can see the thick ring, it does weigh a little bit more than the thin ring in the scale Reflex. And I took the tape here and I basically wrapped the wheel with enough tape to where it snugly fit the tire, and then I pulled it back off so we could get a good frame of reference for how much tape you would need to make a wheel and tire securely fit snug. So as you can see, the foam is definitely the lightest option. Definitely rotational weight. We are very, very lightweight with the foam here. I'll put the stuff up on the screen so you can see it. But yeah, the foam comes in as being the absolute lightest option. Whereas you can see that the electrical tape is the heaviest option. So if you're looking to, you know, get a little bit less rotational weight in your RC drift car, maybe don't go with the electrical tape, because it's going to add a little bit more weight rotating in your tires there. Let's go find out what people at the track are actually using. A question for you. So for your RC drift wheels and tires, what are you using? Are you using anything to keep them friction fit, or are you using nothing in between the wheel and the tire?
When it comes to the Yokomo, or when it comes to the tires, I use the Yokomo, and I don't use the strip inside.
Okay, so are you using anything, like a foam or anything?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Just friction fit.
No.
All right, there you go, friction fit. And what are we running here, like motor and all that stuff, ESC and all that?
Oh, this Hobby Wing D10.
Okay.
Then the Hobby Wing ESC.
Yeah. And we are running no foam or anything, just friction fit, and never had an issue with a tire or wheel slipping for you. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, no problem.
Dante, quick question, man. Look at this beautiful car right here. I gotta ask you, man. For your RC drift wheels and tires, are you using anything to friction fit them, like foam or rubber ring, or are you using nothing, just friction fit?
So tradition, I'm sticking with tradition, and mostly the guys use the Yokomo foams that come with the tires, or you could buy it separately.
Yep.
So that's what I'm using on all my tires. Every tire I put on the car, I traditionally put the foams on there. It just helps it grip better, and I find that it takes like that hollow sound out of the tires while they're going around the track, so the car, it sounds better. And I like to think that foam in there is like giving the tire a little bit of rigidity, so it'll get that grip you're looking for. Some guys are looking for the stretchy tires, or not stretchy, but pliable tires, and I found out like this works. So this is a one-piece wheel, not the two-piece. One-piece wheel with the Yokomo foams and the Rev D tires, and my car, I feel like I always got proper grip.
Yeah, that's very interesting. You said about the sound. I never thought about that.
It definitely changes the sound. So like my other car right here, if you pan over to the box, my other car right here, that car is running a DS racing wheel without the foams, and if you heard both cars running at the same time, you could definitely hear the sound difference.
No problem. And what are we running for motor ESC?
So today, well, not just today, but every day, I'm a big fan of Hobby Wing. So all 3 of my vehicles are running Hobby Wing setups, the D10 motor with the ESC, I also got the Bluetooth module set up just so I can tune on the fly. That's how we come in 2025 for the drift season. So be ready for me.
Appreciate you sharing, man. Thanks.
No problem.
We got a fresh drifter out here on the track running his new, to him, RMX 2.5? 2.0S. And I got to ask you, for your wheels and your tires, are you using
These are the Rev D tires.
Rev D tires? Are you using any kind of foam in between the wheel and the tire? Any kind of rubber O-ring or nothing?
They had foam on them. I may or may not have put a little electrical tape on them to
Okay.
make them go on a little easier because the foam was kind of wearing off.
Interesting.
And they would just pop right off.
Interesting. So he's actually using both. Wow, I've never heard that one. That's awesome. So he's actually using a combination of the foam and the tape because the foam was slipping a little bit for him.
Yeah.
So he
They
added.
were just sliding right off. Like you could press them off without any pressure.
You could just press them off,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
then he added more tape to make them friction fit better.
Yep.
And
And now
now-
they don't slip off at all. Like you have to try.
And now they don't slip off at all. Awesome, brother. Thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah.
For your RC drift wheel and tire mounting, are you using any kind of foam or tape or O-ring to friction fit, or are you just straight up friction fit the wheel and the tire? So you're just doing friction fit.
Yes, sir.
And how's everything been feeling?
Great.
Everything's been locked in for you?
Yeah,
No
man.
issues?
No issues at all so far.
It looks like you're running the stock MST motor
For
and
now.
ESC for now.
So I talked to Dan.
Yeah, he's want to do some upgrading.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you so much
Absolutely.
for sharing, man. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
So, I got to ask you, man, for your RC wheel and RC tire here,
Mhm.
are you, when you mount them, when you put the wheel in the tire, are you just friction fitting them? Are you using any foam or tape or
So,
O-ring or anything?
To me, it depends on the wheel and the brand.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
if it's a solid one-piece wheel, yeah, I will use the foam or anything to make it a little snug. But
Yeah.
I found these three-piece wheels that I can run them with nothing inside, and I never had any issues.
Okay.
No foam, no nothing. Right now, they just slide into the wheel. That's it.
So right now we're not running nothing,
Nope.
no foam.
Not on this one. There's nothing underneath.
And
Yeah.
the friction fit, you've not had any issue with the
Nope.
wheel.
No,
or the
never,
tire
never.
spinning off the rim or anything?
Never. With other brands and other style of wheels, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
but with this one so far, I haven't had that issue.
And these are the DS wheels?
Yep, the DS wheels.
Okay. Excellent, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
so
problem,
much for
man.
sharing your feedback on that.
No problem, man. Yep.
What motor and
Yep.
ESC we running here?
Is the Hobby Wing
Yep.
BO10, I think it is,
Mhm.
with the Hobby Wing D10 motor,
Okay.
13.5.
Nice.
It's a RDX chassis.
Yeah. Got the seats and everything.
Yeah, trying to get to the scale, look.
Hell yeah, man. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks so much for
no
sharing,
problem, man. No
Appreciate it.
problem.
All right, guys. So I will tell you what I use for my RC drift wheels and tires. So for as long as I've been doing this, I have been using the foam that usually either comes with the wheels or the foam that you can get off Amazon. And I'm not having any issue with slipping or anything like that. I have also had some wheels that I have not used any foam on, and they have not slipped either. But however, I have used these particular wheels right here, which I said earlier in the video, they have the smaller plastic Fox tire that slides into your actual drift tire to make the wheel look smaller. Those, I actually had some slipping on those on the track. I could actually see them spinning inside of the tire. So for wheels like that, you definitely gonna want to have something in friction fit and make sure they're not sliding around on you. But as you heard from all the interviews, guys, everybody's different. Some people use stuff to friction fit their wheels and tires, and some people don't. And as you can see, they're having great results either way. So I encourage you to do what works for you, do what's best for you and your drifting. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments for what you guys are running and what's been working for you.
I was told you get a goal, and once you start, you never stop. You're either dying as you're climbing, or you're living at the top. And if you fall, I think it's better that you flying as you die, instead of living at the bottom, dying when you stop my drive. I was told you get a goal, and once you start, you never stop. You're either dying as you're climbing, or you're living at the top. And if you fall, I think it's better that you flying as you die, instead of living at the bottom, dying when you stop my drive. Most people don't rise up 'cause they can't take the pressure. They're more scared of the failure than they're ready for
money on the table so they able to know they're breaking even. But that just isn't me. I'm all in with my money on red, but I'm broke cause they said if I can't make this hit a best. So right now, everything I got, everything I hold, everything I write isn't just another song. This is called my life, and you better believe that it's true. There ain't another thing that I choose other than make this shit and then work. There ain't another thing that I do.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Links will be down in the video description for all the options we talked about today. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on RC drift tires and wheels? What do you use to keep everything locked in? Do you use anything at all? Do you just friction fit them? Do you use the foam? Do you use the O-rings? Do you use electrical tape? Put your comment down below. I'd be interested to see what everybody's using on your setups. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Definitely appreciate it. And there's going to be more RC drift videos in the future, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. eDrift out.
Watch me slide.